Today we're going to be talking about trapping to boxing or boxing to trapping. Let's get started. Hey guys, my name's Sean Elders and this is Pinnacle Combat Arts. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so you can be notified every time we get a new video. Sometimes you will be in a tangled up structure in a street situation where you may be in an altercation where you haven't quite got to the point where you're striking and throwing punches. How do I navigate that tangled up position and go into a boxing structure? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. What is trapping to boxing? How does trapping to boxing really help us? It helps us because in today's world, we don't just stand in place when we fight. There is certain types of pressure that we may be under based on the intent, the context of the fight. This is something that doesn't get discussed very often at all. And either people are focused on the curriculum, which is great, that's important, or they're focused on easy, non-complex ways to approach street fighting. I'm more of the middle. I want you to understand, but I also want you to have something that may give you a better upper hand in a situation, because sometimes when we get into a struggle, so we may be like in an altercation like this, and all of a sudden, who knows what the reasons behind it? There are a lot of reasons. Sometimes these people are just out of their minds. Come a little bit closer, and you just don't know. It could be so many different things. But I break it up into basically three parts. Your hands on you, okay? They grab your hands, okay? Or they come clashing in on me, okay? And so I'm going to break it up into these three parts. There's so many other variations, and I can see all the comments blowing up on the, I know that there is. I'm trying to keep it simple because it's a video. It's a basic video. I come in, or we both come in and we're arguing, and all of a sudden we get into this type of thing where our hands are here. How do I navigate this? What do I do? And because you have your basic trapping that you've learned, a lot of you have learned, where you go outside reference point, and then you go Pak-Sao, and then you Sut-Sao, and you lop, or whatever the case may be. Not Sut-Sao, Buji. But trapping, I come here and I go here and I go Lan-Sao, Pak-Sao Da. Okay, all these different variations you have. So back up a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm going to go a little bit faster, all right? So I'm going to go here, just like that. So we have like the different sectors. So she may pass center line now, okay? And I come here like this, do it again, boom. And I come in and I can come into all these different structures. So you have stopping center line, passing center line, and maybe just off the first one, boom, I get it before she can parry on that second hand, okay? And sometimes not, all right? And that's an important thing that you need to understand. This stuff is not, this isn't going to be the way it goes usually. Now, if you're in boxing structure and you decide to go in and get some serious pressure in there and throw a punch, that's fine, okay? But the reality of all this is that it's not ever going to be what you want it to be. That's number one, okay? Number two, anything can happen, and the things that you could have been training for this forever, and it never goes the way that you want to. And the key to this, the key to getting to adapt is to adapt to the craziness that is chaotic combat, okay? That's the key to all this, is to be able to find your journey through that chaos, okay? And so drilling these different types of Pak-Saos where I start off outside reference point, I go here and start doing this, and I'm Pak-Saoing from the center line, I'm doing all that stuff, I'm not bringing my hand way up, all those things, I'm not drawing my hand back and striking, I'm trapping straight from the hand. Then you have Lop-Sao, your basic Lop-Saos, all that stuff you should already know. This is more advanced, okay? Is that you're not going to start on this outside reference all the time. Unless they're doing like a boxer's bump where I come in here and then I can come in and trap that hand, you're not going to have that. Sometimes people take the risk, like I said in the other video, when they draw the hand back and then I punch, but you can have that hand pops me right in the head because they may be going like this, but you have to understand and look at the body mechanics of how they're moving their body. And that is a higher level that you have to work at. is to learn body mechanics and be able to identify the body mechanics with the attack and the line of attack, okay? So when I come into my position, they may be on the outside, and this is where Chi Sao, this is why I like Chi Sao. It may be on the outside. I may be on the outside. One may be inside. One may be on the outside. Okay, so there's basically 4 gates, 4 variations. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All those 4 different variations, okay? So it just depends on what happens. You're just in this struggle, boom, like this. See this? She could be grabbing a little bit with it. She could not be grabbing. She could be pushing. She could be pulling. That's where you have that sensitivity of, okay, well, what do I do from here? Okay. If you know Chi Sao, you know, oh, I come like, I can see this. This is what I would call like outside. This is double Chi Sao. See this? Okay. That's basic Chi Sao right there. Okay. So if I go Bong Sao, I can come up underneath. And this is the easiest one. This is one of the ones that I like. You're crossing for a moment, so if she knows it, she's going to pull down and punch. Boom. Yep. But if you watch, for instance, some of these masters, these guys like to cross their arms all the time because it's a trap, strapping them. But the idea is, I come on the outside, and we can do double on the outside. When I do this double on the outside, I can, if she's pushing with both hands real hard, I can just cross this over. I bring this hand in, and then I can either strike, palm strike, however way I want to strike here. I could go to a lop, okay? And that's the first one I want to do, and I'm trying to keep this real simple. So as soon as I go here, I'm going to go like this, and I get that first strike, she's going to back up. And when she's backing up, as she's backing up, I'm striking her, okay? So again, I'm in this position, and she starts to push, and I just bring this hand over the top, just like that, and this hand comes straight in, just like that. And she starts to back up, and guess what? Now I'm going to throw my overhand just like that. She may stop it, and I come in with an eye shot here, and I can change leads if I want to, but I start to go into the boxing. Why? Because I'm not able to use, for instance, the Jik Jung Choi, the straight blast, okay, in all situations, because you have to have the right kind of pressure. You need that person to do the straight blast, to be effective with the straight blast. You have to have them in a stalemate position where they're locked into the ground like this. That's why when we talk about rapid assault tactics, you're using either a destruction of some sort to create pain, which holds them in that position, or I give them an eye shot, they go down here like that, and that's when you can blast them. Otherwise, you're just going to be chasing the person around the room like Bruce Lee was doing with young Jack Man, okay? Just chasing him around the room, trying to hit him with the straight blast, okay? So that's the idea of this whole thing. So you have outside, okay? I can bring my hand in on the other side, and this takes both hands for a moment. This hand slides up, but as I do that, she's not going to just stand there. She's going to move out of the way, and that's where that time I lateral stepped, and I go overhand. What I want to do is I want to make my hands, I'm looking at her, she's double covering. I want to go around those barricades, okay? Or what do we call this? What do I call this? What are these called? In Rome, columns, like in Rome. They have columns that hold the building, okay? So I'm going to go around those columns. I'm going to be, in my opinion, the boxing is the best way to do that. And the footwork with boxing, okay? And you developing that is a separate thing, and the trapping is a separate thing. But it's only for street fighting. You're not going to see this in the octagon, hardly ever. Maybe in a little bit of the jiu-jitsu, because there are trapping moves you can do in jiu-jitsu. But for the most part, it's not. Why? Because of the context. Because everybody went in there and they all are training the same way. They're all training and developing the same way. There's an expected structure that is being used in the UFC. So they're not going to do that. This is an altercation. The two people haven't decided that this is going to go down yet. All they're doing is like, they're in a struggle. Maybe they're in the car. You never know what situation or where you're going to be, where she may grab this time. See this? And what I can do is I can tan. If the grip's too hard, I flip this elbow over and I come in with this here, okay? It's the same kind of structure. So we have grabbing. I turn the hand. It doesn't matter which side, whichever feels best. I turn this hand over and I flip this over, my elbow over, and I can strike here, and then I can strike here, and then I can go in and follow her and find that path of where she is open, okay? So we have, she pushes with the hands, I tan, I strike, and then I can, and if I want to use this hand next, I just like the lateral step over, and then I come in and I impede her with boxing, punches, and it can be closed or open hand. You don't have to close your hands. If your hands are conditioned, you do not want to throw punches at somebody's head, especially if they drop their hand down. That's how this happened. See this knuckle? I broke the bone in the back here, and that's where that is. So when I'm in this position here, she pushes, I can come the other way, and I come in, and then I just come right in there, and I go right for it. There's no Pak-Saus and there's no Lap-Saus of this. It's very simple, but it's still a trap. Why? Because when she pushes, I'm bringing this hand here. This is keeping those hands in that place for a moment for me to throw this hand right here. You see that? Okay. So then she does the grab. I rotate this and I come in, and I can come up underneath if I want, or I can just, and all I'm doing is I'm hitting and retracting. Believe it or not, it doesn't take much to knock somebody out if you hit them the correct way. It's not pushing, it's hit and retract. It knocks them right out, okay? Right on the jawline. Anywhere on the jawline, you knock them out real quick. Brainstem, boom. See that? Pops the brainstem, it pinches the nerve, the spinal column in the back, boom, and it just knocks them out for a moment, okay? And there's also nerve clusters, part of your neurological system there, okay? So if she's grabbing for a moment, I can just bring this over and I roll this elbow. You can, and the way I probably wouldn't even do this. I actually would just roll this, but the reason why I do it is because she's still got a hold of this, and then I'm gonna strike here, okay? But what she most likely will do is come and push this to keep me from punching with this hand. She'll push me this way, and then I've got to go this way, okay? So I'll hack, I'll go up underneath like that, for instance, or I'll come around here, and then I'm gonna work it. I'm either gonna go to the left lead or the right lead. I will lateral step a lot of times, depending on my footwork, depends on how stable the ground is, what the ground texture is. Is it sand? Is it concrete? Is it dirt? Is it gravel? Those are things, those are contexts that you have to keep in mind when you're in a street altercation, because you can slip real easy. It's real easy to do that. You lose your shoes sometimes in really nasty, violent altercations. A lot of crazy things happen that you never expect to happen and you never train for. And you need to keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. So we have this. See that? We have, you throw that tan in there. If this grip is still hard, I'm gonna go here like that. And then this is where you could do a trap here if you wanted to. You may not. If they have super grip, the best thing when somebody does this, you know, in basic jiu-jitsu, is you rotate like that. See that? You just rotate, okay? If she's got me gripped here, you rotate. And you just rotate away from the thumb. See that? So I would just I rotate away from the thumb like this, okay? So I'm here, I can go here, I strike. I could also go here, rotate and strike, and then I come in and the thing is that you want to get those bombs going in all different, think of it like a guiding missiles, okay? That's the way I want you to think of it, just, and you don't want them to see where those missiles are coming from, okay? That's super important. So I go here like this, she's gonna tan, and then go underneath. We'll do it again. So we're here, she tans, and she's gonna come in and she's just gonna do a combination, bop, 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 yep. I go here, she tans with the other hand, yep. Opposite side, and then she starts throwing. And it's important that as the feeder, you'll hold focus mitts. You can do focus mitts. So she just rolls that tan. When you roll the tan, you don't use this part of your hand at all. It needs to be down here. So she does it to me. Yep, just the palm. Yep. I'm gonna take this just like this. You don't want to use this part of your hand. It's not enough. It's not good. You want to take your wrist past the point of where their wrist is and you roll it over. Boom. And then you can go right into the boxing structure right from there. So I'm here, she rolls, and goes right into it. Tans, rolls, and goes right into it. Tans, rolls, right into it. Okay? I grab. This time she's going to roll her elbow. Yep, she strikes and goes in. Rolls her elbow, strikes. As soon as you get hit with that first one, boom, boy, you're gonna be seeing some stars now, okay? Let me tell you. Okay, if you ever been hit with a bare knuckles right on that chin, whew, you're either out or you're gonna be seeing stars. It's gonna be like shh, like the TV just went out and you got static like in the 80s. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. Push, she tons. Yeah, make sure you use the whole hand. So when you do with your partner, you go nope, nope. Keep them accountable, just like because they want you want to stay accountable. Yeah, keep your arms up like that. So we're going here. She's gonna go up underneath, and then she goes right into it. Okay, push, right into it. Push, right into it. Okay. If I go on if we're on the inside, maybe this hand's trying to push and her forearm ends up on the inside like that, she's gonna still do the same thing. She's gonna go up underneath and go, ba, 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 ba. No time wasted at all, no time wasted. I come on the outside like this and maybe I'm trying to push and she happens to do that, she's gonna do it, boom, and goes right into it. So it doesn't matter what sector now. See, just like this, she goes. Just like this, she goes. Okay, I grab, she rolls. Yep. I grab, she rolls. Okay, so that's the idea. You want to scenario train with your partner, okay? And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to work focus mitts, okay? And then eventually you're going to go all the way up to where just full-fledged, whatever you want to do, headgear and all that stuff, and you're going to just go through a series of things where you battle game and you battle test each thing. And that's important too. So that's what I wanted to work on today. Work on it. I'll see you guys next time. Go to our website, pinnaclecombatarts.com. There you will find more information about our online courses and how to get started today.